is our acronym for the Children of Incarcerated Parents program. So this is one of the things that we do to serve children that are in families involved with the justice system. We are referred children that are impacted by parental incarceration. Maybe their parents are serving a long stint in prison. Maybe their parents are in and out of jail, and it's kind of like a lifestyle of a constant revolving door. Maybe there is a lifestyle of criminality involved, and the parents were incarcerated and are no longer. The reason why we are serving that demographic specifically is they have specific barriers and needs. Often when a child is in a family that goes through divorce or the death of a parent, there's often wraparound supports throughout the community, throughout school, that come to help and serve this child. With parental incarceration, it's not the same. There's a lot of stigma, there's a lot of shame. Often these children are maybe told by their family members not to talk about it, not to tell anyone, because they don't want that reputation to be given to their child or to their family. Maybe the child hasn't been told not to talk about it, they just don't feel comfortable talking about it. Often they carry the burden of people believing that they will walk down the same path of that family member. Often they are blamed for the situations that arose, or at least it feels like to them that they are being blamed for their parent being incarcerated. Sometimes they're the victim of the crime that led to the incarceration. Sometimes they watched their other parent be a victim, or someone else that they loved and cared about be a victim. It's difficult because even when our parents don't make great choices, we still love them, we still look up to them, we still want them and need them. When our parent becomes incarcerated, oftentimes it leads to either being part of a single parent household or not being with any of your parents at all. Our kids sometimes live in foster care, sometimes they live with another relative like a grandparent, aunt, or uncle. Sometimes they live with a neighbor or a friend, or they couch hop. They really have endless barriers. They often have to take on responsibilities that other kids their age wouldn't have to, such as having to take care of those younger siblings, having to participate in making money, paying bills, keeping the house and their lives together. When you're trying to juggle a household and all these feelings and all this shame, and also keeping it a secret as a teenager, sometimes school or other things don't become the priority, like they should be, like we're always told school needs to be our priority. Sometimes it can't be. That's where our programming comes in.
Without this program, I would have been another statistic. Like, I was set up with a druggy mom, dad in prison, homeless, poor, all that stuff. Like, could have dropped out. My mom had me when she was 17, so she dropped out of high school. I was set up to follow down the same path. There's large amounts of drug use in my family, and addictions and stuff like that. So this program helped me get away from that, and with their help I got away from my mother. I've been independent for 3 years, and I've gotten to college. I've gotten scholarships and financial aid, and I'm working. They really want you to succeed, and I think there's lots of things that I probably wouldn't have been able to do without this program. Like, they helped me. Most of my outfit is from this program. Like, they've helped me get clothes, and they helped me go study abroad in Japan. It was really cool. I got to go for 6 weeks. They helped a lot with my self-worth. So that's a really good one. They have given me a goal where I want to help be some kind of a role model for other kids who have similar situations as me, worse situations, like, who don't think they can get anywhere. Growing up, I always had this dream that I wanted to go to college. I wanted these things. I wanted to do something better with my life than what I've seen, but I didn't think I could, because where I was, there wasn't really any way for me to get there. There's no way I could have helped. My parents couldn't help pay for it. I didn't know how to go about even doing any of the payment for that. I had trouble dealing with just simple high school fees. But because of this program, they made me realize that if you try, you can do what you want. You can get what you want. That kids can achieve their dreams.
One thing that we do is we work to match each student with a positive adult mentor. And what this does is this provides a positive adult that is outside of their family, that does a weekly check-in with them, and they're just a cheerleader for them. They care about them. They're just here to listen to their struggles, to share activities with them, and they're also an opportunity for us to have a deeper picture into this child's life. So our mentors are able to report to us, oh, I noticed that he didn't have a jacket. I noticed that there were holes in his shoes. He's telling me that he'd love to play basketball, but there's no money to pay for it. So when we get these reports back, then we're able to find these resources. We're able to figure out how we can get them to participate in basketball, how we can get a scholarship for them, how we can provide advocacy for them. We will go to the school and develop relationships with the teachers and the counselors when it's appropriate in order to help them understand the barriers of these children's lives. If a child is having to carry all these burdens and they're going to school and maybe they don't have great control over their emotions, they can very quickly be turned into a behavior or be seen as a behavior problem. Well, that creates a long line of referrals and detentions and suspensions, and all of these things really compound on top of each other. Now, if I'm able to come in and talk to the counselors about the particular circumstances within this child's family, within this child's life, we see the school treat them in a different way. We see the school be more empathetic. We see the school be more willing to provide support and special services. So we provide mentoring, we provide case management, we help them to access school supplies, clothing, the things they need to be healthy, hygiene products, food, bus passes, getting on free and reduced lunch, making sure that their IEP is following the mandates. And then we have a big focus on career readiness. So it's not just about getting them through that high school diploma, it's what's next? What do you want in life? We have gotten our kids to Job Corps. We've gotten multiple of our children to four-year universities. And with each teenager, as they are going through high school, we are talking to them. What do you want to be when you grow up? We're arranging job shadows. We're arranging college tours and visits, which then, once they decide that they want to be in Job Corps, they want to go to university, creates another level of support. Often these kids don't have access to their parents' previous tax filing information. Well, that's required for financial aid. So we're needing to then find some coordination for that information. Applying for scholarships, FAFSA, even just getting to the college to get to orientation can be difficult because many of these families don't even have cars. And so we are providing those in-between stepping stones. What this does is this is providing an intervention into these families, into these kids' lives. So instead of following the same path that everyone else in their family has, now we've come in and we've shown them that there are other things that can be done, and we are telling them that we believe in them, and we are telling them that we care about them, and they are worthy and they are worth it, and that they do deserve to have dreams and goals, and that there are people here that want to help them meet them. We're also helping them find some inner strength in order to keep going, keep trying, and see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, which many of them have never really had that opportunity to